Oh, this is a good one. I'm a home seller, and I just received a contingent offer on my property. Should I accept it? And maybe we could just take a second to explain kind of like what this is and what our opinion is on that, and when it might be a good idea to accept an offer with a contingency.
Yeah, and a contingency offer is not always bad. Don't think of it as a bad thing.
I think a lot of sellers just hear that and they get scared away.
Can you explain what a contingency offer is?
Yes,
yeah, of course. Yeah, we're going to get there.
Yeah.
So a contingency offer isn't always bad. A contingency means in order for this buyer to purchase your property, they have to usually sell their property first in order to purchase, because the funds from their current existing property is what they're going to use to purchase your property, with them being the buyer on. And so right now, contingency offers I don't see are a bad thing, due to the fact the seasons, I get that, but think about it, we're at an all-time low in the amount of listings, and people have to have a replacement property to get themselves into in order to sell their current property. So basically, people are just flip-flopping houses right now.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have the opportunity to sell their house already, be homeless in a sense, or even rent for a few months until they find their new replacement property.
Yeah.
So right now we are receiving, I wouldn't say quite a few, but some contingent offers, and that's the reason, because in order for them to move out of their current home, they need to find their replacement property ASAP. And most times those contingent offers are getting accepted contracts within 10 days on market, which is the average right now in the Mid-Willamette Valley, which seems pretty crazy still and wild. And you're still getting an estimated closing date within 45 days out. So these offers you're receiving aren't necessarily bad. Now there's some markets where you receive a contingency offer, it might not be in your best interest, because the market's, you got to wait 55 days until they even get an accepted offer. Everything's different, and who knows what the other home looks like that they need to sell. Sometimes you got to look at the property before accepting that contingency and say,
definitely,
is it realistic that this home's going to sell for that price? Because
definitely
your whole transaction relies on them selling, and you just don't want to be put in a spot to where you're waiting forever. And so our job is to negotiate and make it so you have a way out as a seller, so you're not tied into this contract 24/7. We can get you a backup offer, someone sliding in before and deleting that contingency.
I'm assuming you were basically talking about some of the contingency problems, people outside of state moving in.
That happens, but even outside of state, those markets they're selling.
But even then, if I were as a listing agent to get an offer with a contingency and it was contingent on a home selling, if it was even in another state, like the home they were selling, I would pull some comps. I would call their agent there and pull some comps and see, like, okay, are they listed at a realistic price? And usually, more often than not, they are, and it's going to sell. Also, about a contingent offer, if it's contingent on their home selling and it's not even listed, then it's a little riskier for you as a seller. But if it's listed and it has an accepted offer and it's already in escrow, then it's really not that risky, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
In today's market, I don't see it being all that much
things
risk.
Will probably go well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.